You got to break free. Hello, hello. You got to break free. That's the Queen's song, isn't it? What's coming next in your life? You got to break free from something that it can enter. And I know it's like every tarot reader is telling you something like this, but let me tell you something. An example of my own life, so bear with me. 2 years ago, I had an intuitive hit or feeling that I need to put up my Patreon. And so I did, but I didn't actually do anything with it. So it was just kind of there, and it was ripening the idea that what should I do with it. And at the time, my readings were blooming on TikTok in the Finnish collectives, and all my extended readings were on TikTok, and it was going very well until last summer. One day the payment came through from TikTok and I saw that the numbers didn't match. So of course I contacted them and delivered all the screenshots about the numbers and stuff like this. And it took like 2 weeks for someone to reach out, and at that time I was sending many messages about this subject. And they said that of course we will look into it and stuff like this. So one day I woke up and checked out my emails and checked the numbers on TikTok, and I saw that okay, someone has actually done something. But what they did was they manipulated the numbers in TikTok to match the number that they actually paid me. So I was missing money. And of course, yet again, I contacted them and was asking that what the F is this? Where's my money? Yet again, no answer. Nobody ever came back to solve this problem, and I lost money, a huge amount of money. Anyway, this irritated me so much that it was the ignition for me to stop doing the extended in TikTok and stop the membership there. And then I had this big epiphany about that's why the Patreon came to me earlier. So instead of me looking at this situation that yes, I'm missing money, there's been injustice, I started looking at it like this was the transition for me to move myself in a better place. Because Patreon is a very good platform for me. And if you want to know, on TikTok they take, I think it was like 65 or 70% of the income, they kept it. So I was only paid 30 or 35% of the income that I was making with my content. So you can imagine that you have in your paycheck and almost 70% of that is going somewhere else. And if you are wondering, did they ever contacted me about the issue? No, it's been over a year, nothing. But it was a no-brainer to do the shift from TikTok to Patreon on the extendeds, and it's been a good shift. So why am I yapping about this? Is because there's something going on with your life, something similar. You've had an intuition about something that you need to do something, go somewhere, something like this, but you've been holding back. You've never actually done anything about it. And now there is a situation occurring in your life right now that is irritating you. There's injustice, there might be anger, something like this. But now you need to see that this is the ignition for you to move yourself, whatever the situation is, to somewhere else. So what's coming next to this collective's life? Pets came out. Oh. There it is. There it is. Open up your heart and move on. The two last cards on this row. So the first card, pets, Maybe there's some issues with your pets right now, or maybe you wanting to have a new pet, or I'm also hearing to found some kind of sanctuary for animals. The sexuality came out also, and it's more about someone is still figuring themselves out. So there's an idea, the intuition has been talking to you, telling you something, but it's still ripening in your mind. Water sign gives me the energy of the emotions. And like we saw, the last two cards, open up your heart and move on. So I feel like whatever this shift is with you, it's somehow a life-changing situation. You need to do something that your brain might think it's very risky or something. I'm also hearing that some of you might be thinking what to do with your pets if you take the next step forward onto this thing. Yeah. Seven of Cups, the confusion, what to do next, where to go next, how everything will, work out. There's many options for you, but I still feel like something is holding you back. It's like you can see the options, see the possibilities, but some of you, it's quite hard to narrow those options to one. So that's maybe causing the confusion. Someone is still figuring themselves out. Four of Cups is trying to come out, but the Magician came out. So whatever this is, you can create it. The animal sanctuary, the new job, your own company, new house, moving into another country, whatever it is, it's possible. The Magician has all the tools to start something new. It's just all about your mind, where you put it. Where the mind goes, energy flows. But right now there is too many options. There's something that you're worrying about, like we saw maybe with the pets, or how the money will come, or what about this and this. Those are limiting beliefs. And I understand we live here, we need to consider these options, that how are we going to live here. But really, this is about just trusting into your vision and your intuition. Trust in that feeling that you have here inside of you, that even though this is crazy, even though this might sound impossible, you can do it. You can do this, whatever this is. One more. Nine of Pentacles, and it's upright. Also, that woman is holding a bird. So there might be something to do with animals here. Or you wanted to move somewhere that you are closer to nature, or stuff like this. Or you want to maybe start gardening or planting your own food, eating from your own land, stuff like this. But I feel like the practical things, the practical parts in reality is somehow limiting you to do so. So what's the water sign? So you might be a water sign, but like I said, it's more about the emotions right now. And I feel like this is the trigger point with you. 10 of Wands, exactly. And the intuition is here with the High Priestess, and the 5 of Pentacles is speaking out. So the lack of money, lack of belief and stuff like this. So right now, I feel like you might be feeling that there are many obstacles in your life. So let's say that your car broke down, there was a big bill that came through, or some kind of obstacles in your everyday life that you're feeling very burdened. It's like, come on, can I have just one moment of peace and quiet here? But no. They won't let you be in the harmony because you are not listening to the intuition. For some of you, I feel like there's something going on with your job. It's very heavy. You're not being paid enough. People don't value your input. Look, the Chariot is on the bottom now. Moving on. Traveling. packing your bags and going somewhere else. Oh my God, look, the High Priestess came out and the Five of Pentacles came out. Confirmation. So, with the intro, maybe something similar happened to you. You weren't paid enough, or there was something to do with money here. And instead of you now blaming this person or the company or whatever this is, you need to see that this is actually a blessing in disguise. It's trying to move you somewhere else. Let's take one more. The devil, but there is fear. Your shadow self. The ego. This isn't possible. I can't possibly do that. Or what would other people think if I do this, this and this? It's the limiting beliefs that, look, the limiting beliefs that are stopping you to receive what is coming next. Let's see what is coming next. Oh my God, Two of Cups. And just when I was about to say that some of you, this is something to do with a new relationship or some kind of love situation, the Death is on the bottom. Maybe some of you, you're holding on to some limiting beliefs for a certain person or a situation that needs transforming. But I'm also getting the energy that some of you, you've been single for a long time and you're still holding on to that idea that, yeah, all men are rubbish or all women are cheaters or whatever that might be. You need to transform that outlook. But this is also about creating some kind of new contracts or collaboration. The Death came out and the Queen of Swords flipped on top of the deck. There's something you look into specifically. It's like you're holding on to some kind of thing that is working against you. So like I said with the love thing, it might be in very bad experiences that you are holding against new people arriving in your life, or the scarcity mindset of not being able to maybe move to a new area because this is okay and the rent isn't that high, or I'm being paid enough here. It's like something to do with this. Two of Wands, planning the future, but also the traveling. Whatever this is, you need to move. You got to break free from your mindset and something to do in the physical. Was that the Fool? No, Strength. Tame the inner beast, your ego, who is telling you that you are not possible, that everything is impossible and I can't possibly do that and stuff like this, or I'm not good enough, or I'm ugly, or whatever that is. Stop it. Stop it right now. And there's the Fool. As I thought so. The new beginning, a new start, a fresh start. So let's say you wanted to move. This fresh start, I'm strongly getting the feeling that if you are wanting to move, don't take the things that you have in your current house with you. This needs to be a fresh start. And some of you, I'm seeing you moving abroad. And also, some of you, this is about taking yourself out, being open to meet new people. Oh my God. Justice, Judgment, and the Emperor. And the Chariot. Some of you, this is a love situation that is transforming. But it can't transform because you are holding on to the past. You are not letting the situation evolve to the next level because you are feeling that the situation with a certain person or general in life is given injustice for you. Oh my, Empress and the Three of Wands. This is the feeling of you needing to go somewhere. You want to start new, you want to go somewhere. But it's the belief. It's like you are almost top of it, I feel like. You know that thinking like this isn't good for you. But still, the karmic lessons that you have to learn here is still having a grip on you. We need to change your mindset, definitely. Whatever this is, move on. For some of you, you might be having some kind of door issues, maybe with your house door or car door. Also something to do with cabinets, doors, something like that. The World and the King of Wands in reverse. The action to end an old cycle. You need to take action towards this intuitive feeling that you have. You need to be smarter than your ego. The Hermit tried to come out, Virgo energy. Oh my! The Queen of Swords yet again flipped in the deck, also the Ten of Swords, and what came out, Eight of Pentacles. Whatever this is, you need to move on. Leave something behind. This is you walking away from that job, from that house, from that relationship, friends, family members, whatever. You know right now as I'm reading this what this is for you. The Ace of Cups, opening your heart for new possibilities. So what are these new possibilities that this collective needs to walk towards to? The idea that you have. Start planning. Choose yourself, choose love. Choose what's right for you. And I feel like your angels, your spirit guides, God, whatever you believe to be there, is giving you signs about this. So maybe you see lots of angel numbers that resonates with moving on, taking the leap of faith, stuff like that. You can always type the numbers that you are seeing on Google and type angel number meaning, and you can see what that number means. But I recommend allocating your own signs. Then you can say to your team that if this is the right thing, the intuitive feeling that I've been having about this, if this is the right time, if this is the right thing to do, give me a green butterfly, give me a sign of this or that. Something specific that when you see it, you will know. Don't have fear. Fear is an illusion because ego is based on fear. So the ego is feeding you the illusions, is feeding you the fear. But remember, you are the magician. You can create whatever you want to create in your life, in your reality. But you need to be on top of the ego. The ego is born by fear. So everything your parents taught you about life, what the school system taught you about life, how the society thinks that life should go, stuff like this, it's based on programming of fear. You aren't successful if you don't do this. You will be a loser if you don't find a partner, whatever that might be. It's something that someone somewhere told you, and you are now registered it in your brain, in your ego, and the ego is telling you that to be true. This is something that you need to realize. Ask yourself, is this place or the situation really something that I really deep down in my soul and my heart know that I want? Or is there something else that I want to pursue, but maybe I'm too scared? Maybe I don't know what's around the corner and that's why I'm staying put. But the thing is that if you don't go and see what's around the corner, you will never know. You just stay put, and this programming is just running in your head. Yeah, it's better not to move. You never know what's going to happen. Maybe there's something evil around the corner. But what's the truth? You will never know if you won't go and see. You need to let go. Whatever you are holding on. Many of you, maybe it's a house in the city. It's something to do with some kind of assets here. And I'm also hearing that some of you have money, but you are holding on to that money. You are saving it for later. But your life is now. It's here. It's now in the present. Because let's be real, when you leave from Earth up there, you can't take this with you. The only thing your soul can take with you, it's the experience that you have in this life. The good and the bad. So ask yourself, is it really good to just stay here, or do I really want to live my life? And yet again, the Ace of Cups is on the bottom. The Sun and the Lovers. Success, joy, happiness. And some of you moving somewhere warmer. Temperance with the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords in reverse. I want one more for the Page of Swords, sorry. For some of you, they are showing you the signs, but you are ignoring them. Ten of Cups on the bottom, happily ever after. It's here. And it's not always about marriage and children and a house. The happily ever after can be whatever you want it to be. This is your book and you're the author of your own book. So whatever it is that you want, you need to start writing it because you can create it. And I'm seeing with these signs that I remember reading something about a person being out on the sea and he was praying to God that come here and rescue me from the sea because he was, drifting there in a small boat or something. And then a ship came and they asked him that, hey, do you need a ride? Do you need rescuing? And the guy said that, no, I'm waiting God to rescue me. And was it like a week later, another ship came and same thing. Do you need rescuing? No, I'm waiting God to rescue me. And what happened? Well, he, of course, went up above and then he met God and he asked him that, why didn't you save me? And God said that, I tried. So the same thing here. They are giving you the signs, they are giving the nudges of intuition you to do whatever it is. But it's like you are wanting more proof, you're wanting more signs, you are wanting this and this and this. But you already have that. It's just about now taking the action towards this, even though you might not know all the steps yet. It's just about locking in that, yes, I'm going to do it. And the next puzzle pieces will be delivered after you just make the decision. Start investigating the information. It's also action. If you make the decision to move and then you start looking houses, it's an action towards moving. Or maybe you start getting rid of the furniture or the excess stuff that you have in your house. That's also action towards whatever this is. Or you searching whatever the information is here. That's the next step that you need to be taking. And as you do that, the next information will be delivered from your team. The thing in life that it is that you don't always know what comes next and how it's being delivered, but you have to believe in your own dreams. It's literally the battle of the angels and the demons right now. Which one will you listen? So whoever resonated with this message, it's your sign to do it. Your life is now. You need to live now. What's the worst possible thing that could happen if you make the decision to do this, whatever this is with you? What's the worst thing that could happen? And one thing that I always recommend is to flip your mind, because our brain always wants to find a reason for everything. So let's say that you're saying to yourself that why don't I have a partner in my life? Your brain will immediately give you an answer for that. Or why am I not having enough money? Your brain will immediately give you an answer for that. But if you flip the game, why do I have an incredible, amazing, loving partner in my life? What does your brain tell you then? Why am I feeling so abundant in my life? See what your brain, what's the answer your brain delivers in these types of questions. This is you, happy, living your life under a rainbow. If you want to, it's just what you decide. Do you want to sit with the past and be negative about everything that's gone wrong and what's happened to you? Or do you want to flip it? To have this? And of course, life isn't 100% roses and rainbows all the time. But you will survive. You have always survived. Believe in yourself and believe in the wisdom that you have already accumulated from this life, from all the positive and negative experiences. Believe in yourself, believe in your dreams. Everything is possible. You are possible. So break free. It's you, your mind, your ego who is keeping you stuck. It's not about anyone else. It's not about the circumstances. Using money or this and this is just an excuse. There are many people who has sold everything and started traveling. It's just a decision to do so. They don't have any excess money. They just somehow make it work. And they trust that life will carry them. If they can do it, why can't you? You are a wonderful soul. And you can do anything. Anything. You just need to believe in yourself. And I have put the intention on this message to find those souls who needs this reminder. Take the next step. Believe in your dreams. You can do it.